What is up, family? I am Sensei Faneto, aka Sensei, and I'm here with my boy Willy Gardens, aka Van Gardens, of course. Bro, we here today. We gonna be checking out this college football 26 official gameplay deep dive. Okay, bro, I'm pretty excited to check this out. I know you've already kind of dabbled into this game already with the early access vibes, bro. So I'm excited to talk to you and pick your brain a little bit after it. Okay, so let's get into the reaction, my boy, and then we'll just take it from there. You feel?
Yes, sir.
Skibbity-doo.
Skibbity-doo.
All right, look. Oh, you know, audio. Let's bow. Here we go.
EA Sports College Football 26 Gameplay Deep Dive. We'll share details about massive play. Player types and abilities, improvements to wear and tear, new mechanics, stadium pulse, physics-based tackling, and a lot more.
Ooh.
Let's get into it. With real coaches comes a massive playbook expansion. For the first time ever, over 300 real college football coaches bring their unique styles and authentic play.
Oh, that's crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Program identities and more play calling variety. Over 2,800 new plays and over 45 new formations have been installed. New option types, motion types, bizarre plays and formations from last season are at your fingertips. And they're all tuned so you can craft a strategy that feels like your favorite program. 10 brand new player archetypes.
That's what I like.
Abilities, now 84 total, are designed to showcase the wide variety of skill sets we see in college football every Saturday. Improvements to how abilities scale are based on performance. When a player gets hot, their physicals receive a substantial boost, and platinum tier will automatically upgrade to the new, more powerful
Hall of Fame.
Oh, they got a whole system in place.
Captures those unexplainable moments when a player single-handedly takes over a game. New field vision introduces more realistic challenges for quarterbacks. Shorter quarterbacks will now have more limited vision when surrounded by taller linemen. And receiver icons will fade as they come in and out of view. To ensure balance around how different abilities affected wear and tear during hits and tackles, every ability in the game was reviewed and adjusted. New customizable auto-sub options let you tailor personnel decisions to strategically handle wear and tear for every position.
Wow,
that's complete control with adjustable impact settings and battle real-world conditions with new weather modifiers that
that's just
impact
out of
wear
reach.
and tear. And you'll get instant feedback with new pre-snap visual cues that can affect a player's demeanor, indicating their condition right on the field. Updates to physics-based tackling make better tackles actually feel better. New tackle types like wrap catch tackles and lunges and new timing-based skill mechanics offer more tools to disrupt and dictate the game. With new authentic audio for big hits that adds realism and variety to the
Item sounds is insane.
Right?
New dynamic subs allow real-time roster management without breaking from the action, enhancing the flow and strategy of every game. Make informed personnel decisions and get your starters back out there with one button press. A rebuild of offensive and defensive line interactions redefines trench battles. Control the direction of your blocks with new block steering, which factors in player attributes like strength and momentum for more realistic line of scrimmage play. And the addition of stunts and twists delivers more depth and control in pass rush. 12 different types of stunts offer a range of strategic options before the snap, providing a new layer to the chess match at the line of scrimmage. We're introducing adjustable defensive zones for more precise control over pass coverage.
So they put
adjust the depth of where your
they
safeties
overhauled the
line
whole
up
game
in
for
coaching
real, yeah.
adjustments. Fine-tune your defensive strategies in real time and outsmart opponents. When you're on the home field advantage side of Stadium Pulse, it's a beautiful thing. But for visitors, Stadium Pulse in College Football 26 is louder, tougher,
What the hell?
and more personal. Elevating
Yeah,
the
that's one of my
chaos
favorite things about the
night
game, I'm gonna
in
lie.
already tough to play places. More intense camera shake, new visual disruptions, and distorted clocks will throw off your timing and communication with dynamic intensity depending on
That's
the game
wild.
situation or career moment. Pre-order the MVP bundle. Includes both EA Sports College Football 26 and Madden NFL 26.
Yo, that was bro.
Yeah.
So
right.
okay.
What you
All
want
right,
to know?
I was gonna say, all right.
What you want to know?
I'll preface this by saying I am not a person who plays sports games. You feel me? You know that, but most of the people that are going to be watching this won't know that. So I'm going to be asking you questions about what you think about this to, get an idea of what's going on here. Especially because also you make content based off of this game.
Off the game, yeah.
On two facets. Let's talk about the game first, and then we'll talk about your content as well. All right. So what are you kind of most excited about? I guess, when it comes to college football 26 compared to past NCAA titles that have been, you know what I mean?
So look. So I'm gonna be 100. I'm gonna be. EA don't hate me. EA don't hate me, please. I'm still riding off the high of NCAA 14.
Damn, okay.
I just. And it's not one of those things where it's like, oh, you one of them cats that's stuck in the past. Nah, the community will tell you. Now, don't get me wrong. It's been 11 years, right? Since what?
Yeah.
Well, really 12.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
That's a lot of years in between.
Yeah, that's a lot of years. So we got college football 25, and that it was beautiful, right? It was good. It was nice. It was all those good fun things. But it was also where it was like, yo, you've had 11 years to, you feel me, kind of do
something
this.
You ain't really did nothing.
And so now what they did was they captured, I think, the essence of the presentation, like all those different type of things. I think that was great, right? But low key, what it was like last year, it was like, yo, we got college football first, and a lot of people in the community said it. I even said it. I pray to God that we're not getting a recycled version of college football 25 with Madden 25. Now, Madden, they had the physics-based tackling.
Yep, I remember that. I was going to say that.
Now, all of a sudden, in college football 26, we're focused on physics-based tackling. So it's like, damn, I love
follow
it.
them, do your own thing. Right? Is it one of those?
It's not even just that. It's like you making us feel like you giving us something new that you've already introduced in another game that you own. It's ran by the same company.
Yeah, it's the same company. Yeah. I don't play the game, so I literally didn't even think about that. That's so true.
So
they just taking mechanics from one game and putting it in the other game and introduce new. Okay.
And so and it's one of those things to where it's like, now don't get me wrong, right? Okay, so I did get my hands on the game. It does feel cool. Not gonna lie to you. A lot of the interactions, it feels a lot smoother than last year. They added like different running styles. They added different the way that wide receivers can line up, the way that the quarterback throws the ball. They even added different ways that a DB can line up in front of a wide receiver. There are small details in the game that makes it just more immersive, right? Especially for someone like me, where I play a lot of the Road to Glory.
Yeah.
They added high school back. Now, some people was like, yo, what the heck? Because we're only able to play high school moments. We're not able to play the full high school games like you could back in the day, right? And now, don't get me wrong, though. It's still, you still get to play a pretty good amount of high school football in college football 26. But I ain't gonna lie to you, it would have been nice to be able to play a full game. You know what I'm saying? So... But then on the flip side of that, they got things where you're able to do the team builder. You can make your actual high school that you went to, and then you can actually put that in the game and be a player on that team. So it's like, it's like
crazy.
They didn't do something here, but then they
did something there.
Here. And so it's kind of like, that's how y'all keep us coming back. That's how y'all keep us coming back. Yeah. Because it's like, bro, so... even looking at just like in some of that, like having because of the stadium noise, having the scoreboard kind of disappear, or just the height of the quarterback, like if he's a shorter quarterback over tall linemen, you're not going to really be able to see your wide receivers. Like, okay, it's those type of details I think is cool, but when it comes down to it, like so far, like even with the physics-based tackling, I ain't gonna lie to you, there's a lot of times I hit stick somebody or I do something and it kind of just like, it's not like a real animation. It just looks like two waves like, clash and it's just like, yeah. But I will say this, when you do trigger the animations, it look nice.
Okay,
it look nice. Okay. When you do trigger the animations, it looks nice. It's one of those things where I don't want to feel like we're never satisfied, because it does come across that way. But it's like, I feel like we ask for very simple things and those things are not given to us. Like, for example, college football, dudes be dripped out, bro. I mean, looking smooth, all types of stuff. And when I tell you that we have to utilize our creativity to make what we want and combine certain looks and kind of glitch the game to get what we want, bro, that's so annoying. Just give me the multiple armbands I want. Just give me the like, you know, like give me the hanging mouthpiece. Give me the Scully. Give me, bro. You know what I'm saying? If real players are putting these things on, let me be able to do it to my player. It should be in the game. Yeah. You know, and so a lot of the equipment stuff, people are like, yo, upgrade the equipment, bro. Upgrade the equipment. Like, come on. You know, and I am in agreement with that, because I am somebody, like I said, like even just with my content, it's very immersed and it's focused around Road to Glory. And so it's like, I want to be able to really lock in. Now, I will say this. I think that what keeps people coming back to this, one, is that it's the only thing that we have, right? And then two, on top of that, yo, a lot of people are so competitive that if you play the MUT or if you play head to head, I mean, that you are going to enjoy yourself, you know? And so a lot of the adjustments, a lot of like the different things that they talked about, like the route adjustments, the coverage adjustments, the stuff with the defensive line, for people who are very competitive with playing like that, it does make you feel like, okay, this is a different game, or these are improvements, because for that aspect of the community, you want to be able to control as much as you can, because your opponent might be doing certain routes or certain glitch plays that will like basically exploit like maybe a certain hole in your defense. And so having the control and the ability to be able to adjust those things, not just on offense, but also on defense, it definitely is a plus.
It's a big difference. It does make it a big difference, huh?
It definitely does, you know. So I would.
So do you think that EA like nailed anything in this? Is there still too much of something missing? Because I know you were saying like you don't want to feel like, oh, we're never satisfied or whatever the case may be. But within that feeling that is kind of there, like, do you think that whatever is missing is big enough to not make it something, you know, I won't say great, but at least something, you know, palatable?
I feel like I can't really answer that, only because there's nothing to challenge this. Like, at least nothing.
So they get away with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
it's no, I got you.
Like even with I take boxing for example, Undisputed, right? We all know Fight Night. Everybody love Fight Night. Everybody know Fight Night. Fight Night hasn't come out with a game forever. We all know, respectfully, EA is a petty company, and the moment that somebody else do something, EA gonna do the same thing. So a game Undisputed came out. didn't have the greatest release or whatever, had a lot of different things they had to fix, but because a whole community around fighting and boxing was like, yo, this is all we got, we finna play this, we finna do this, guess what happens? EA announces that they're gonna drop Fight Night. So it's like, there's nothing. EA is like, when it comes to the sport world, EA is
they got it in the bag. Like, they got it, bro. Yeah. And they can do whatever they want to because of that.
Whatever the hell they want to do. And so now you got someone like 2K who basically got it in the bag with basketball. Now you got EA talking about coming out with because they came out with college football. Yeah. They trying to come out with college basketball. So it's like, it's one of those things to where now we'll be able to see, if they really do it, what EA basketball game looks like versus what a 2K basketball game looks like. And so I feel like because we don't have that with football, now don't get me wrong, I am a part of a stream team and a play test for a game called ESG Football, which that game is ahead of its time, but they're a small indie company. So they don't have the bag that EA got, right? But they got the concept, they got the creativity, they got the mindset. It's a 7-on-7, 11v11, all user football game. No CPUs.
That's insane to
It's super crazy,
about.
bro. Super crazy.
I can only imagine how insane that is. Like in game, I'm gonna pick up the sticks for that one. You know what I'm saying? Like,
see, now, and that's my thing, right? Because I'm one that I don't really necessarily play the competitive side of, I guess, college football. I do play the competitive side of Madden because they got the 3v3 to yard. I love being able to go up against like player versus player. And so for me, I hate the fact that like when I play like head to head on something on like college football or Madden, it's just I only control one player, you control one player, and then I gotta,
you're basically like a coach more than anything in the game. You know what I mean? Yeah, I feel you.
And so I think that what ESG brings to the table, which is once they drop that game, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be crazy, and then once that budget get a little bit bigger, we're gonna really have a real conversation here. You know what I'm saying? Like a real conversation here. And because I think that's something that's missing. We've been asking for years for more player versus player involvement, and a small company basically was able to do it, and they did it very well. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like I feel like with EA, that's something that if they were to implement more of, bro, it would be beautiful. It's the same thing with soccer. They just announced that whatever FIFA 26 is finna be like 2K.
Yeah,
like that's what we want.
And then that other soccer game that came out, that was a rematch. I don't know if you saw that, bro.
My God, bro.
Yeah. We'll have to talk about that. We'll have to talk about that for sure.
Yeah, we gotta talk about that.
But look, another question that I have here is, I guess one of the final questions when it comes to the actual game is, how do you feel about microtransactions, possibly like in the game, like you know, does that affect the game? Not only like the gameplay for you, but does it also affect any of your storytelling that you might bring into because of those microtransactions that are there? You know what I'm saying? Well,
no, because of the mode that I focus on and I play, it doesn't require any. You know, so if I was a MUT player, and you know, like basically a lot of my content,
sounds wild.
It does sound wild. A lot of my content would be probably based not just me playing the game, but like me opening up packs, trying to build a super team, all those different type of things. So then that's when that microtransaction stuff will really come into play for me.
Okay.
You know, doing stuff like
but
I just spent
everything in the story though. You get it though.
Yeah.
You get it though. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I mean, it doesn't affect the content that I make. I ain't gonna lie. I did think about like maybe like trying it just to see. I feel like I'm gonna crash out. Because
you're definitely gonna crash out, bro.
I'm gonna crash out.
You was crashing out yesterday when we was in the meeting, bro, and you wasn't.
Don't be talking about our secrets, bro. Don't be telling people I'm low key a high head, bro. Don't do that.
We'll keep that under wraps. But okay, man. Okay, so NCAA is doing NCAA things because EA is doing EA things. That's basically what. That sounds like that's a good way to sum it up. Okay, getting into a little bit more about your content. How do you really go about like building that narrative around a sports game like NCAA? Like, where does the story begin for you? Does it begin in that high school era, like you were talking about, because you want to play more of that, or how does that really work?
Yeah. So, one, my brain just be all over the place. If I'm being honest with you. And so a lot of times, like it comes from like real life, like scenarios and situations, or just different things that I've seen playing high school and college ball myself. And so it's one of those things to where things aren't necessarily handed to me in the sense of I don't have the tools to be able to be like, okay, let me go play high school football, record content, then go to college. So no, what I have to do is I got to low key finesse the system. And so I got to go into, and shout out to EA for that because it gives me the opportunity to do it. I got to go into the team builder and then create a high school and then like, then go and then create like, I could either create a modded or create like a solo franchise to where I have to, or download other high school teams and do a franchise to where it's like I'm playing high school ball. So it just depends, man. Like depending on what I want to do, I have to find different ways and just kind of alternatives to be able to work around being able to create the content that I make. But I mean, where it really all stems from is just one, my imagination combined with real life things. And like I said, just like actually having a high school experience and somewhat of a college experience, bro, it just, my brain just, you know, then
it just fires off.
I make music too. So I just naturally, I'm a creative writer. And so, you know, so you add all those different things together and you get my content. So
that's what's up, bro. Okay, so what, in your opinion, what makes a compelling college football story in your eyes? Like, is it that underdog? Is it the underdog QB? Is it kind of like the scandal behind something, or a rivalry against another player? You feel me? Like, what kind of drives you?
It's all of it, man. But the biggest thing for me where I kind of gauge different storylines is like last year when I was doing the story of Willy Gardens and D'Amico.
That's going straight towards the end zone. Wait. Gardens is closing in. He's reading the QB's eyes. Oh my, he's going for it. Can he get there? Gardens is about to make the play.
This week, we going up against the Missouri Tigers, and last season they went crazy, man. And they got 2 dynamic wide receivers.
I had people that do not watch football in real life locked in. Like, they was like, yo, when's the next episode? This is fire. You know, because I was adding real life things and you know, I would go into GTA, go into their editor. I would create certain scenes like to where it's off the field and had, you know, narration, all those different type of things like that. So it kind of like, it adds that other element to where people really feel like they're watching a real person.
Yeah.
And so, you know what I mean? And so like in like one of my older series, like I had the dude, he was a freshman and he went through some trials and some tribulations. His dad got sick. His brother died. Like, it was just all types of crazy stuff going on. And then all these things is happening and he had to figure out how to perform and not get kicked off the team
while
as a
all
freshman.
this other shit is going on.
All this other stuff is going on.
Yeah.
So I think the way I gauge it is if you get people that get immersed like you, because I be locked in. Like, when I be playing, I be locked in, bro.
Yeah.
And so when you get people to like get that through a screen, and they weren't there to see the recording process, they wasn't there to see the editing process, how long it took, how invested I was, but that's translated through the finished product, and they feel that, that's a W. That's a W.
Yeah. That's very true, bro. That's very true. You put that really well, man. I'm not gonna lie, because it is something when people are able to pick up what you putting down, just for lack of better words, man.
Thanks.
You know what I mean? They're really able to walk away either feeling what you wanted them to feel, or they felt something completely new that you didn't even expect for them to feel. And sometimes that's even better, because it's like, damn, you really was able to perceive it in your own way, and it spoke to you, and you were able to download your own message, like apart from what I was putting out there as well, from the same thing. So yeah, that's definitely
exactly.
So I heard you talking about, like, you know, this, like, people coming back for episodes. So how, like, do you treat your series like it's a TV show? You know what I mean? Like, do you plan out a season, or do you plan out, like, that's dope. That's dope.
So I give you a little exclusive, and whoever sees this, they're gonna be a part of that as well. So right now, literally, once this call is done, I gotta wrap up a episode, which is gonna be the intro episode of a new character that I'm basically releasing, which is connected to the Garden family. And so that's gonna be fire. Now I will say this, for those of you that see this that know about the Willy Garden story or the D'Amico Garden story, just know that I'm not abandoning them. They will be back. It's just gonna be in a way to where you're gonna be like, yo, the way that this all tied in together is impeccable. And so that's what I want. Like, just stay tuned, bro. Just be ready.
Okay. I love it, bro. All right, man. Well, hey, thank you for coming on with me, my guy, here and checking this out and going into the deep dive. And we was definitely talking about NCAA.
Thanks.
I love to hear. I just love to hear.
We gonna have to play.
Love their game. Hey, bro, for real, I'll play. I'm gonna play it for sure. I'm telling you.
We're gonna have to play. We might have to do a video like of me just whooping up on you real quick, bro.
I'll be like, bro, what in the hell is going on? What the hell?
What the hell?
What the helly? Bro, legitimately,
that's too funny.
Hey, Willy G, go ahead and plug your stuff, man. Tell them where to find you at.
Yeah, man. All social medias, all platforms, including YouTube, Twitter, all that different type of stuff, man. Just find me at Willy Gardens. It's WILLY GARDENS, and there's no space in between, and it will pop up. You see that picture that you see right there? You're gonna see that one. So it's So appreciate you, man. Definitely.
Bro, definitely go check out Willy Gardens, bro. His content is impeccable, and he does more content than just the storytelling and the gameplay as well. So just go over there and check it out. He got a wide range of things going on over there. And if you guys want to hear, Willy G talk about any of these other sports games or anything like that, you want to see him back for something else, let me know. We'll get it popping here on the channel. Make sure you follow Vane Esports org on all platforms at Vane Esports org. Follow us, let us know how you feeling, and all that good stuff. Join the Discord. We got links in the description box for everything. So you'll see Willy G's links, you'll see my links, you'll see the org's links, everything. So make sure y'all tune in, and we'll definitely see you on the next one. Yet again, Willy G, I appreciate you. Peace up and out.
What you gonna do against me and my team? Let's hope I don't squeeze. Whatever you do, you don't freeze. You might end up on a clip in that feed. We up like these V's. You might end up on a clip in that feed. We up like these V's. Best hope I don't squeeze.